Chapter 40. Jason's drive home that night was as uneventful as any other, except that by the time he got home, he didn't remember it at all. All he remembered was having a slightly intriguing difficulty figuring out what had happened with the experiment. By the time he got home, his overall demeanor had degraded significantly. It only took milliseconds for Mickey to figure out something was wrong, but discretion won out, and she decided to let Jason tell her what was wrong in his own time. The evening wore on, and Jason did all the things he normally did. After dinner, Jace asked his dad to help him with some homework, bringing all his materials to the dining room table where they could spread them out. It was a scene from any Americana movie, the wife straightening up in the kitchen, the son being assisted by the father, replete with light-hearted banter between all three. Then, according to the script, the father tells the son to get ready for bed, and after he has done so, the dad goes in, reads a bedtime story, helps his son say his prayers, then leaves, turning out the lights. Pretty standard stuff, except for the whole deer-in-the-headlights thing written across Jason's face. It was so obvious even Jace could tell something was different with his dad. Perhaps that's why he was on his best behavior. After saying good night to his son, Jason emerged from the hallway and entered the mostly dark living room. Replete with a fire in the fireplace Mickey had started, candles lit on the coffee table, and a bottle of Merlot with 2 glasses. Jason took his place on the love seat, accepting the offer of wine from his wife. "So," said Mickey, "I know you probably can't talk about it, but I can see something is wrong. Anything I can help with?" Jason smiled. "Oh, sweetie, no. I'm just dealing with a particular conundrum from work that's got me completely baffled and really keyed up. I appreciate it, though." Mickey then simply rested her open palm on Jason's cheek. For a while she gazed at her husband, holding his eye-to-eye attention with seemingly hypnotic power. After a moment, a smile played itself across his face, and his gaze faltered from her eyes. "I must have done something pretty amazing in a previous life to have merited a life with you in this one," said Jason. "I don't know about that," chimed Mickey. Then, with a smile on her own face, she added, "I think you're just lucky." "Arguably," said Jason with a roll of his eyes and a smile. The two of them were content to watch the fire in silence, while sipping their wine. Mickey was thinking about the day tomorrow, which she was going to spend with her best friend Carrie at the mall. She was going over a list of things she wanted to look at, perhaps a different pair of shoes, to go with that little black dress she wore in Vegas recently. Then she remembered the Poshmark website had these amazing patent leather pumps that some artist painted actual pinstriping on. They looked pretty amazing the other day when Carrie showed her the website. Mickey decided she had to have them. Jason was just trying to wrap his head around what he had seen that day. As time wore on, the initial giddiness of what had happened was slowly replaced by a nagging feeling this wasn't anything special after all, but something which could easily be explained as a video feed from a local television station. That realization was a bitter pill to swallow. What he didn't know was that Dennis was independently coming to the same realization. Jason felt he was a pretty level-headed guy, someone who could rationalize his way through to pretty much any problem's solution. But this just stretched any semblance of credulity Jason could muster. How in the name of all that's holy could this be explained? He wondered. The only rational explanation he could come up with was they must have locked into a television station of some kind. But then again, how would this thing decode digital feeds from the stations? It just didn't make sense. Mickey set her glass down on the coffee table, enjoying the light glow of the fire, the moderate glow of the wine, and the substantial glow of the love. Curling her feet under her, she leaned her head on Jason's shoulder and wrapped her arms around his nearest arm. She always felt flush with safety and security at times like this. Closing his eyes and becoming one with the flow of air to and from his lungs, Jason luxuriated in the serenity of the moment, enough to derail his mental train track and bring him back to now. Mickey always was just what he needed to keep his head straight. She was his muse. Hey, fellow Galimarians, this is Dan Adrian, and I just wanted to say thank you for listening to my book. If you can, please click like down below because it really helps me bring these videos to you and lets me know what you like. Also, if you haven't already, please subscribe and click on the bell so that you'll get notified when I release more chapters. If you have any questions about this or any other of my books, or if you want to know more about what it takes to write a novel like this one, please make sure you leave your question in the comments below. Thanks again. I'll see you soon.